Good afternoon, dear students. Whether my voice is audible? Yeah. Good afternoon. So today we are going to discuss regarding the other concept, the most important physiology, concept of biology, that is respiration in plants. So the weightage of this chapter is of 5 marks. Yesterday also we discussed the most important concept, that is photosynthesis in higher plants. So it also comprises of 5 marks, and this topic weightage is also of 5 marks. Now let us begin with today's topic, that is respiration in plants. Let us brush up some concepts. Then we will move on to the question and answer session, guys. I hope all are ready. I know it's afternoon, but don't get bored. Be attentive, concentrate, and enjoy the concept. So respiration in plants. Here, the main focus we have to give for CET as well as NEET on the concepts like glycolysis, fermentation, aerobic respiration, then respiratory quotient. Okay, in glycolysis, and after that, Krebs cycle, electron transport system, and all. And regarding the enzymes, we should focus on. It is not necessary to read like a theoretical the all the theory part of it. So let us only brush a few concepts on it. Let us start, guys. So this is regarding the definition of respiration. It is nothing but the breaking down of food substances in presence or in absence of oxygen to release the energy. So by the respiration process, the energy will be released. It is not by food. The food we eat, we will get the energy from it, but energy is released inside the body by the process called as respiration. So energy required oxidation of macromolecule ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ glucose. Green plants and cyanobacteria, they prepare their own food, autotrophs. Animals and human beings are heterotrophs. We depend on other organisms for our food. And the mode of nutrition, regarding saprophytes and all. Then, okay. So here, outline of photosynthesis ಮತ್ತೆ respiration ನ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ, respiration occurs within the chloroplast. Photosynthesis occurs within the chloroplast, and organic compound is formed in case of photosynthesis. But in case of respiration, what happens? Breakdown of molecules to yield energy. It occurs in cytoplasm as well as in mitochondria. So the one of the concept called as glycolysis. Yes, guys, what do you mean by glycolysis? Glyco andre sugar, lysis andre breakdown. The breakdown of sugar is the major step of the respiration. And do remember, guys, this glycolysis process is there, no? It happens in all the cells, in all the living organism. It is common in all the living organism. That is glycolysis, the first step in respiration. Right. So after that, Krebs cycle occurs in mitochondria. Let us learn about these all later in detail. Compounds oxidize. So respiration ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, oxidation of compounds ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Respiratory substrate, carbohydrates, proteins, fats, and organic acid. Oxidation. Stepwise reaction takes place. It is not a sudden reaction. Stepwise reaction takes place along with the help of certain enzymes. Okay, then ATP we know, adenosine triphosphate, which is called energy currency. Then here we should know regarding the carbon skeleton. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ chemistry ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ chemistry knowledge ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಈ ಪಾಠದಲ್ಲಿ. Next, catabolism of glucose. Okay, so this is a catabolic process of glucose. Why? Because several small steps and energy is released, which is coupled to synthesize ATP. So this is a catabolic process. Respiration is the catabolic process. Then, so here oxidation of glucose retains enzymatic machinery which partially oxidize glucose without the help of oxygen to pyruvic acid. So glycolysis ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೆಸರಿಂದ ಕರಿಬೇಕಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ it is called as partial oxidation. Partial oxidation occurs in glycolysis where 6-carbon compound, that is glucose, is converted into 3-carbon compound, that is pyruvic acid, or we can call it as pyruvate. Howda? That is a glycolysis, the first step in respiration. Yes, this is regarding the glycolysis. Glycose and sugar lysis and splitting. This regarding this we already learned. So in anaerobic organism, it is only the process in respiration. Anaerobic organisms. What do you mean by anaerobic organisms, guys? Yes, anyone. What do you mean by anaerobic organisms? Anaerobic organisms andre enu? Yeah. Yes, YouTube students. What do you mean by anaerobic organisms? What are anaerobic organisms? Be fast. All are sleeping like a hippopotamus. ಬಿಸಿಲು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದಾಗ ನೀರಲ್ಲಿ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತದು. ಆ ರೀತಿ ಅನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ನಂಗೆ. Be interactive, guys. Message me. What do you mean by anaerobic organisms? Anaerobic organisms ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? No. So anaerobic organisms means the organisms which will respire, which will breathe in the absence of oxygen. Yes, thank you, Dhamini. Thank you, Samar, for your answers. So in anaerobic organisms, the first step in respiration is glycolysis. Adadmele yavude step nadiyalla. Next, occurs in cytoplasm. Remember, glycolysis occur in cell agate cytoplasm. Adara jaga yavudu? Cytoplasm. And it is present in all living organisms. Partial oxidation takes place. Sucrose and storage carbohydrate, it stored as source of glucose. Enzymes involved in glycolysis: invertase, hexokinase, isomerase, dehydrogenase, kinase, enolase, pyruvate kinase. So these all are the important enzymes which are involved in glycolysis. Let us see how these enzymes brings about glycolysis, guys. Yeah, here you can see the cycle of the glycolysis. Just a minute. Yeah, the first one, the glucose, which is a 6-carbon compound, it is converted into glucose 6-phosphate. So glucose ididdu mattén bantu adr jotege glucose 6-phosphate ಆಯ್ತು. 6-phosphate ಆಯ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಆಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ? The 8-phosphate has been added. So ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ATP ಖರ್ಚಾಗಿ, means the ATP is utilized to get phosphate. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ? ATP is spent. 1 ATP is spent. ಖರ್ಚಾಗಿದೆ. So glucose 6-phosphate ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, it also contains 6 carbon, which is then converted into fructose 6-phosphate. So illu 6 carbon, glucose idid ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? Fructose ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Then what is the difference between this glucose and fructose? Glucose ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? The functional group will be at a aldehydic group. Chemistry ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ. I think last week ಅಥವಾ last session ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಮುಗಿಸಿರ್ಬೋದು aldehydes ಬಗ್ಗೆ. ಅದು aldehydes ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? C double bond OH, right? So that is aldehyde. If the phosphate group is attached to C double bond O, then it becomes fructose 6-phosphate. ಈ fructose 6-phosphate ಇದೇನಾಗತ್ತೆ? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ fructose 1,6-biphosphate. ಸಿ ವೆರಿ ಈಸಿ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಈ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, fructose 6-phosphate ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ fructose 1,6-biphosphate ಆಗಿದೆ. ಏನಾಗಿದೆ? ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಫಾಸ್ಫೇಟ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು 2 ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲೇನಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು? The ATP has been again utilized. ATP ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾವು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ? ಬಳಸ್ಕೋತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. So fructose 1,6-biphosphate. So now till now ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟು ATP ನ ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ? 2 ATPs we spent. After that it converts into 6-carbon compound, that is fructose 1,6-biphosphate, converts into triose phosphate. Here you can see triose phosphate ಅಂದ್ರೆ glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate ಅಂತ ಒಂದಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಡೈಹೈಡ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿ ಅಸಿಟೋನ್ ಫಾಸ್ಫೇಟ್ ಅಂತ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಮೇಡಮ್ 2 ಆಗತ್ತೆ? ವೈ 2 ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಪೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ನನಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ಹೌದಾ? 6 ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು 3 ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಆಗಿ 2 ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಪೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಐ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ಡ್ ಅಬೌವ್, ಅಲ್ಲೇನಾಗಿದೆ? ಕೀಟೋನಿಕ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಆಲ್ಡಿಹೈಡಿಕ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ the aldehyde group compound ಏನಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಆ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, that converts into 3 carbon compound, that is glyceraldehyde. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ketonic group ಏನಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, that part converts into the other compound, that is dihydroxy acetone phosphate. Now 6 carbon compound ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು 3 carbon 3 carbon 2 compound ಗಳಾಗಿವೆ. After that, now NADH is formed. NADH is formed. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 into ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. 2 into ಅಂದ್ರೆ these two products are there. No, here you can see these two products. 1 minute, I will show you. Just observe the laser point. ಟ್ರಯೋಸ್ ಫಾಸ್ಫೇಟು ಮತ್ತೆ ಗ್ಲಿಸರಲ್ಡಿಹೈಡ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಡೈಹೈಡ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿ ಅಸಿಟೋನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ದ ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್. ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇಂಟರ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟೇಬಲ್. ಒಂದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇದು ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಇದು ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗ್ಲಿಸರಲ್ಡಿಹೈಡು ಅಸಿಟೋನ್ ಡೈಹೈಡ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿ ಅಸಿಟೋನ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಬಹುದು. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಡೈಹೈಡ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿ ಅಸಿಟೋನ್ ಇದ್ದು ಗ್ಲಿಸರಲ್ಡಿಹೈಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ದೇ ಟುಕ್ ಹಿಯರ್ 2 into ಟ್ರಯೋಸ್ ಬೈ ಫಾಸ್ಫೇಟ್. ಇದೇನಾಗತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಅಗೇನ್ ATP is formed. ATP is formed, not ATP is spent. ATP ಖರ್ಚಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಏನಾಗ್ತಿದೆ, ATP is formed. ಸೊ ಬೈಫಾಸ್ಫೇಟ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾಸ್ಫೇಟ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಫಾಸ್ಫೇಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಯ್ತು, ಬೈಫಾಸ್ಫೇಟ್ 2 ಫಾಸ್ಫೇಟ್ ಇತ್ತು ಹೌದಾ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಫಾಸ್ಫೇಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗತ್ತೆ, that phosphate is used to produce ATP. ಸೊ 2 ATP ನಾವು ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, 1 ATP ನಮಗ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಒಂದಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ 2 into 2 ಕಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಇದೆ ಹೌದಾ. ಸೊ 2 ATPs we got here till now. ಸೊ ಈಗ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್, just a minute, this toolbar is disturbing me. Then 3 carbon compound 2 triose phosphate ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು 2 phosphoglycerate ಆಗತ್ತೆ. 2 phosphoglycerate ಆಗತ್ತೆ. Then after this, phenol pyruvate, then again ATP is formed. So phosphoglycerate ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, okay, phosphoglycerate ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಫಾಸ್ಫೋಇನಾಲ್ ಪೈರುವೇಟ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ 2 ಫಾಸ್ಫೋಗ್ಲಿಸರೇಟ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಕೆಳಗಿನ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಫಾಸ್ಫೋಫಿನಾಲ್ ಪೈರುವೇಟ್. 2 ಫಾಸ್ಫೋ becomes phosphophenols pyruvate. Then there will be a loss of water, right? So after that what happens, so no addition of water, after that what happens, that phospho 2 phosphate ಇದ್ದು 1 phosphate ಹೇಗಾಗತ್ತೆ, the other phosphate group produces ATP. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಯ್ತು, this is 2 ATP, ಇದರಿಂದ 2 ATP ಬಂತು, this is 2 ATP, 2 plus 2 4 ATP ಆಯ್ತು. ಸೊ 4 ATP ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ 2 ATP ನಾವು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. 2 ATPs we already spent. ಸೊ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ನಮಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟಾಯ್ತು ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ, so the total profit, the total net gain is 2 ATP from the glycolysis. Okay, so this is regarding the glycolysis. The final product of the glycolysis is 3 carbon compound, that is pyruvic acid or pyruvate. ಎರಡು pyruvic acid ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Here you can see the enzymes. Okay, sucrose converted to glucose and fructose invertase and enters glycolytic pathway. Invertase enzyme ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್ ಫಾಸ್ಫೋರೈಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್ 6 ಫಾಸ್ಫೇಟ್ ಎರಡನೇ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಎನ್ಸೈಮ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೆಕ್ಸೋಕೈನೇಸ್. ದೆನ್ ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್ 6 ಫಾಸ್ಫೇಟ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಐಸೋಮರೈಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಟ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟು ಫ್ರುಕ್ಟೋಸ್ 6 ಫಾಸ್ಫೇಟ್. ಐ ಟಾಕ್ ಟು ಯು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಲ್ಡಿಹೈಡಿಕ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟು ಫ್ರುಕ್ಟೋಸ್ 6 ಫಾಸ್ಫೇಟ್ ಅದು ಕೀಟೋನಿಕ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ವಿಚ್ ಎನ್ಸೈಮ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಐಸೋಮರೈಸ್ ಎನ್ಸೈಮ್. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಫ್ರುಕ್ಟೋಸ್ 6 ಫಾಸ್ಫೇಟ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ಫ್ರುಕ್ಟೋಸ್ 1,6 ಡೈಫಾಸ್ಫೇಟ್ ಬೈ ದ ಎನ್ಸೈಮ್ ಕೈನೇಸ್. Fructose 1,6 diphosphate splits into 3 carbon compounds. Okay, then after this, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ dehydrogenase ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ವೈ 3 ಫಾಸ್ಫೋಗ್ಲಿಸರೈಡ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು 1,3 ಡೈಫಾಸ್ಫೋಗ್ಲಿಸರಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ 3 ಫಾಸ್ಫೋಗ್ಲಿಸರಲ್ಡಿಹೈಡ್, so dehydrogenase DPGA. Then after that phosphoglyceric acid. So these are the enzymes which helps in the glycolysis. Then fate of pyruvic acid depends on. So if pyruvic acid form ಆಯ್ತು, so glycolysis happens in all the living organisms in all the type of cell. ಈ pyruvic acid form ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ next ಏನು? It depends on the type of a cell. It depends on the need of a cell. What is the need of that cell? ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ಆಧಾರವಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. So the first one is, if oxygen is less, adequate amount of oxygen ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ lactic acid ಆಗತ್ತೆ. The lactic acid fermentation takes place. Same way, if oxygen is not at all present, then it proceeds to alcoholic fermentation. Next, if oxygen is present, then it proceeds with aerobic respiration, that is Krebs cycle. So this is about brief introduction. About the respiration in organisms. Now let us proceed to certain question and answer session. Be prepared, guys. Okay, fine. Just a minute. Okay. Fine. Okay, the first question of today on respiration in plants is, be interactive. The end product, I repeat, the end product of citric acid or Krebs cycle is, they asked end product, guys. Option A, citric acid. Option B, carbon dioxide and water. Option C, lactic acid. Option D, pyruvic acid. Yes, come on. Who is going to answer this first? Krebs cycle na end product enu? Samarth, Parvati voted for option B. Yes, what about others? Be fast. Dhamini, then, okay, fine. Sinchana K, Dyuti, Pavitra, Kanchana Raj, Lakshmi, most of you voted for option D, Anta. Soundarya, option B. Aishwarya Pagad, option D. Fine. Let us check the answer. The end product of citric acid anta kelidare. So the right answer is option B, carbon dioxide and water. Carbon dioxide and water. Right. The next question goes like this. Out of 38 ATP molecule produced per glucose, 32 ATP molecules are formed from NADH or FADH2 in 38 ATP molecules ಅಲ್ಲಿ 32 ATP molecules ಯಾವುದರಿಂದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ NADH ಮತ್ತೆ FADH2 ಇಂದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? Option A, respiratory chain. Option B, Krebs cycle. Option C, oxidative decarboxylation. Option D, EGAMP. Yes, I got the first response from Kumar. Option B, Samarth. Option A, Dhamini, Lohit. Soundarya. Option C, Dyuti. Option A, Lakshmi, Pavitra, Dhamini, Kanchana Raj, Kavita. Great. What about YouTube students? Be fast, guys. Parvati, option D. So let us check the answer. The right answer is option A, respiratory chain. Respiratory chain ಅಲ್ಲಿ 32 ATP molecules. So NADH ಇಂದ ಮಾಡಿರಲ್ಪಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ. The next question, which of the following is not correct about the Krebs cycle? They have given certain statements about the Krebs cycle. Which of the following is not correct about it? It starts with a 6-carbon compound. It occurs in mitochondria. It is also called citric acid cycle. The intermediate compound which links glycolysis with the Krebs cycle is malic acid. Which is not correct, they ask. Yes, guys. Tell me. Okay. Pallavi, Chaitra, Soundarya option C, Lohit option D, Kumar option C, Sinchana option D, Jyoti option D, Kanchanaraj option D, Pavitra option D. Let us check the answer. Most of you voted for option D. Few of you commented as option B. Let us check. It starts with the 6 carbon compound anta ide Krebs cycle, which is not correct anta kelidare. So here, the intermediate compound which links glycolysis with Krebs cycle is malic acid. That is the right answer. Malic acid alla. Next, let us learn about Krebs cycle after this. The following is required both by process of respiration and photosynthesis. Carbohydrate, sunlight, chlorophyll, cytochrome. Required by both processes. ಈ ಕೆಳಗಿನವನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಎರಡೂ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋ ವಸ್ತು? ಲೋಹಿತ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಡಿ, ಪಲ್ಲವಿ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ, ಎಸ್ ಕಾಂಚನರಾಜ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಡಿ, ಕವಿತಾ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಡಿ, Parvati, Kumar, Dhamini, Madhu, Jyoti. Okay. Most of you voted for option D. What about YouTube students? Yeah. Aishwarya option D. Yeah. The right answer is option B, that is cytochrome, which are necessary for both the processes. Good going. Fifth question. The term glycolysis has originated from the Greek word glucose and lysis, glyco and lysis, glycose and lysis, glycose and lysis. Which is the right option? Yes, come on. Mehboob, option D, Saundarya, Kanchanaraj, option D, Kumar, option A, Lokit, B or C, Kavita, option D, Asha L. Patil, option D, Vidya, option D. So it is very necessary to see the spellings when you are reading the textbook. Lohit, option C. Okay, let us check the answer. The right answer is option D, glycose ಅನ್ನೋದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ GLYKOS ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So glycose and lysis. So the right option is option D. So observation is important for the doctors, right? Yeah. So sixth question, common immediate source of energy in cellular activity is glucose, aldohexose, ATP, NAD. Common immediate source of energy. Vidya, Kanchanaraj, Rakshita, Aishwarya, Parvati, Lohit, Samarth, all of them voted for option C. Madhu, Praveen, yes, Beauty, Chaitra, Lakshmi. I'm sorry. So most of you voted for option C, that is ATP anta, immediate source anta kelidare avaru. So the right answer is option C, ATP, which is called as energy currency. Complete oxidation of 1 gram mole of glucose gives rise to, you have to use the knowledge of chemistry here, guys. Complete oxidation of 1 gram mole of glucose gives rise to. See the options regarding the calories and let me know the answers. Yes, be fast. Okay. So the answer is option B, Madhu option C, then Kumar option C, Saundarya option C, Parvati option C. Most of you voted for option C. So 68,600 calories anta. Let us check the answer. The right answer here is option B. Option B. Okay, so it is 6,86,000 calories. 1 gram mole of glucose, 1 gram mole. Okay, use the formula of calories and you apply the knowledge of chemistry, you will get this. Eighth question, where is respiratory electron transport system located in plants? Option A, mitochondrial matrix. Option B, outer mitochondrial membrane. Option C, inner mitochondrial membrane. Option D, intermembrane space. ETS ಅನ್ನೋದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಲೊಕೇಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Yes, be fast guys. Rakshita, option C. Yes. Madhu, option C. Kanchanaraj, Lokit, Damini, Kumar, Pavitra, Vidya, Yuti voted for option C. Chaitra, option C. So let us check the answer. The right answer here is option C, that is inner mitochondrial membrane. Electron transport system will be present in inner mitochondrial membrane. Okay, let us brush up some concepts again. Okay, we completed with glycolysis. Now let us proceed with the lactic acid fermentation. Chaitra, can you read the slide, please?
Yes, ma'am. There are three major ways in which different cells handle pyruvic acid produced by glycolysis. First one, lactic acid fermentation. Second one, alcoholic fermentation. Third one, aerobic respiration. Lactic acid fermentation, pyruvic acid converted into lactic acid. It takes place in the muscle in anaerobic conditions. The reaction catalyzed by lactate dehydrogenase. NADH plus H plus is reoxidized into NAD plus.
Okay, thank you. So here you can see here pyruvic acid ಅನ್ನೋದೇನಿದೆ which we obtained from the glycolysis. So this pyruvic acid in absence or in the inadequate amount of oxygen in the muscle cells will be converted into lactic acid which results in cramps in our muscle. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇನ್ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ pyruvic acid is also a 3-carbon compound and also lactic acid is also a 3-carbon compound. So there is here no carbon is lost by this cycle, I mean by this process. Pyruvic ididenagirutte lactic acid ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. So there one step takes place, that is reoxidation of NADH plus H plus into NAD plus. This we have to remember, guys. The next slide, alcoholic fermentation anta. Alcoholic fermentation ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Parvati Irapur, can you read out this please?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Alcoholic fermentation, incomplete oxidation of glucose, anaerobic sets of reactions where pyruvic acid is converted into carbon dioxide and ethanol. The enzyme pyruvic acid decarboxylase and alcoholic dehydrogenase catalyze these reactions. NADH plus H plus is reoxidized into NAD plus. Energy release less than 7% of energy in glucose. Yeast poisons to death when concentration of alcohol reaches about 13%.
Okay. Yeah, it is percent actually. Alcoholic fermentation. Here also incomplete oxidation takes place. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು products ಏನ್ form ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? Carbon dioxide and ethanol. Which enzyme plays important role? Pyruvic acid decarboxylase. Decarboxylase. D ಅಂತ ಇದೆ, ಹೌದಾ? Just a minute. People starts to play. Yeah. So here, decarboxylase, if that enzyme comes, we should keep in mind that the carbon has been lost in the form of carbon dioxide. So ethanol is formed, then yeast poisons. Yavaga alcohol 13% agatto, then the yeast poisons. Yeast will be subjected to death. Yeast will die. Aerobic respiration anta, where complete oxidation of glucose takes place and common in higher organism takes place within mitochondria. It requires oxygen and releases carbon dioxide and water in larger amount. Energy is present in the form of a substrate. Aerobic respiration illi nodi pyruvic acid in terms of in the presence of coenzyme A, NAD plus, in presence of ion magnesium 2 plus and pyruvate dehydrogenase, it converts into acetyl coenzyme A, carbon dioxide, NADH plus H plus. This is regarding this one aerobic respiration. ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಬರೋದು citric acid cycle, or it is also called as Krebs cycle. So, ಇಲ್ಲಿ condensation of acetyl group A with oxaloacetic acid and water. Okay, isomerization of citrate, citric acid 6 carbon compound ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, isomerization ಆಗುತ್ತೆ to form isocitrate. Then decarboxylation with 2 successive, ಎರಡು ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, the 6 carbon compound will be converted into 4 carbon compound. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ their decarboxylation occurs. Then after that, oxidation of succinyl coenzyme A into oxaloacetic acid. Fine. During whole process of oxidation of glucose produce carbon dioxide 10 NaDH to 2 FADH to 2 GTP. ಇದರ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. Now let us solve some questions. Some questions again. Be fast. Okay. ಇದು ಮುಗಿತಲ್ವಾ? 9th question. What is the role of NAD plus in cellular respiration? 2018 NEET ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. What is the role of NAD plus in cellular respiration? It functions as an enzyme. It functions as an electron carrier. It is a nucleotide source for ATP synthesis. It is the final electron acceptor for anaerobic respiration. Think over it and then answer, guys. Be fast. Lohit, option B. Yes. Deepthi, option B. Parvati, Kanchana, Sinchana, Jyoti, Pavitra, Kavita, option B. Kumar, option B. Vidya, option B. Dhamini, option B. So let us check option B. It functions as electron carrier is the right answer. Great going, guys. The next question goes like this. Which of these statement is incorrect? Kelagiro kottiro yava statement correct agilla. Enzyme of TCA cycle are present in mitochondrial matrix. Glycolysis occurs in cytosol. Glycolysis operates as long as it is supplied with NAD. Oxidative phosphorylation takes place in outer mitochondrial membrane. Yes. Parvati, Pallavi voted for option B. Kanchanaraj, option B. What about YouTube students? Be fast, guys. Deepthi M, option B. Samarth, option B. Pavitra, Kavita, option B. Fine. Yeah. Saundarya, option B. Lohit, option D. Rakshita Kumar, option B. What about YouTube students? Yeah. So let us check the answer here. The right answer is option D. Oxidative phosphorylation takes place in outer mitochondrial membrane. Outer ಅಲ್ಲಾಗತ್ತಾ? ಯಾವುದು ರಾಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. 3 ಏನಿದೆ, glycolysis occurs in cytoplasm, correct. Glycolose operates as long as it is supplied with NAD, correct. Enzymes of TCA cycle are present in mitochondrial matrix, correct. Then, which is the wrong one? Option D, oxidative phosphorylation takes place in outer mitochondrial membrane. Outer mitochondrial membrane ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Outer membrane of the mitochondria. ಅಲ್ಲೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಆಗತ್ತಾ? No. So the wrong statement is option D. I think only few of them answered as option D. Lohit, now few of them answered it. Okay. Question number 11. Which statement is wrong for Krebs cycle? Krebs cycle ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ statement wrong ಆಗಿದೆ? There is one point in the cycle where FAD plus is reduced to FADH2. Don't answer until I read the options. Cytosol ಅಂದ್ರೆ cytoplasm samar. The other name of cytoplasm is cytosol. During conversion of succinyl coenzyme A to succinic acid, a molecule of GTP is synthesized. The cycle starts with condensation of acetyl group coenzyme A with pyruvic and citric acid. There are 3 points in the cycle where NAD plus is reduced to NADH plus H plus. DPM option D. Until I read out the options, don't answer. So now you can answer, guys. What is the answer? Kumar, option D. Kanchana Raj, option D. Parvati, option D. Aishwarya, option D. What about others? Be fast. Yes. Lohit, B or C. Lakshmi, option D. Saundarya, option D. Dhamini, option C. Kavita, option D. Mehboob, option C. Rakshita, option C. Kanchana Raj, option C. Dyuti, option C. Okay. Vidya, option B. Let us check the answer, guys. The right answer is option C. The cycle starts with condensation of acetyl group with pyruvate and citric acid is a wrong statement. Then, which of the following biomolecule is common to respiration mediated breakdown of fats, carbohydrates and protein? ಕೆಳಗಿರೋ ಯಾವ biomolecule common ಆಗಿದೆ? Glucose 6-phosphate, fructose 1,6-biphosphate, pyruvic acid, acetyl coenzyme A. Think over it and then answer, guys. Be fast. Yes. Damini, acetyl coenzyme A, option D. Lohit, option D. Soundarya, option C. Kavita, option D. Deepti, option D. Rakshita, Pallavi, option D. Madhu, option D. Okay, most of you voted for option D. Let us check the answer. Okay, fine. The right answer is option D, that is acetyl coenzyme A. Acetyl coenzyme A. Next question. Oxidative phosphorylation andre ಏನು? Formation of ATP by transfer of phosphate group, oxidation of phosphate group in ATP, addition of phosphate group to ATP, formation of ATP by energy released from electrons removed during substrate oxidation. Yes. What is your answer? Vidya, Kumar voted for option D. Pratibha or Maski option C. Yes. Be fast, guys. What about YouTube students? Dhamini option D. Deepti option D. Kansanaraj option D. Option D is a right answer. Question number 14. Specialized epidermal cells surrounding the guard cells are called as. Very easy question. I expect very quick answer. Epidermal cells ಗೆ ಏನಂತಾರೆ? ಗಾರ್ಡ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಸುತ್ತ ಇರೋ ಎಪಿಡರ್ಮಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಗೆ. ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟರಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್, ಸಬ್ಸಿಡಿಯರಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್, ಬುಲ್ಲಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್, ಲೆಂಟಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್. Parvati, Aishwarya Pagad voted for option D. Aishwarya option B. Lohit option B. Kanchanaraj, Beauty, Mehboob, Baligar, Guru said option B. Samat B or D ante. Okay, Pavitra option B. What about YouTube students? Yeah, come on. So the right answer here is option B, subsidiary cells. Question number 15 goes like this, guys. In which one of the following processes carbon dioxide is not released? Yelli carbon dioxide release agalla. Aerobic respiration in plants, aerobic respiration in animals, alcoholic fermentation, lactate fermentation. Just now we discussed it. Be fast. Yes, Lohit option D anta. Dhamini option D ante. Kavita, Kanchana Raj, Jyoti, Aishwarya, Parvati, Mehboob, Baligar, Madhu, okay, Sinchana, Vidya, option C, Sinchana, option A. So, illi, just now we read in the slide, lactate fermentation alli, only the lactic acid product is formed, right? So, alli, yaude ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ carbon dioxide release ಆಗಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Whereas in alcoholic fermentation, you can see the release of carbon dioxide because there we have an enzyme named decarboxylase. ಸೊ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಯಾವಾಗ ಎನ್ಸೈಮ್ ಡಿಕಾರ್ಬಾಕ್ಸಿಲೇಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಆ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರತ್ತೋ ದೆನ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ರಿಲೀಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದ ರೈಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಡಿ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೇಟ್ ಫರ್ಮೆಂಟೇಶನ್ ಅಂತ. ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೇಟ್ ಫರ್ಮೆಂಟೇಶನ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅ ಮಿನಿಟ್, ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ದ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ಸ್. Just a minute. I added different questions actually. 1 minute. Yeah. Okay. Glycolysis is also called as what? Glycolysis is also called as EMT, FMR, LMS, OMS. Parvati option A, Kanchanaraj option A, Lohit option A, yes. Chaitra option A, Pavitra option A, Pallavi option A. What about YouTube students? Dhamini, option A. Rakshita, yes, option A. Good, great going. Pratibha Maski, Kasturi, Kumar, option A. Okay, so the right answer is option A, EMP pathway, which is considered as the universal pathway in a biological system. Universal pathway yaudu? Krebs cycle, electron transport system, glycolysis, and photooxidation. Yes, universal pathway. Lohit, Rakshita, Dhamini, Kanchana Raj, Sinchana, Gurusid, Kavita, Kumar, Parvati, Mehboob, Srinath, option A, Kumar CL, option A. Okay, fine. Saundarya Dyuti, option C. Great, great going. Most of you answered it right. Option C is the right answer. In glycolysis, one molecule of glucose is reduced to one molecule ಏನಾಗಿ reduce ಆಗುತ್ತೆ fructose, pyruvate, phosphate, phosphoglycerate. Yes, B pass. Parvati option A, Rakshita option B, Saundarya option B na, okay. Kumar option A, Pallavi option A, Mehboob option C, Aishwarya option A, Pratibha Maski option A, Kasturi option A, okay. Lohit option D, Dhamini option B, reduce anta kelidare. They asked reduced, okay. Just now we discussed it. Glycolysis na just now discuss ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಹೌದಾ? So the right answer is option B, that is pyruvate. Glycolysis ಅಲ್ಲಿ. The net gain of ATP in glycolysis. Net gain of ATP in glycolysis 16:32:48. Nakshita, yes, option B. What about YouTube student? Soundarya, option D. Parvati, option C. Dhamini, option A. Tanta Sangeeta, option A. Sinchana, option B. Madhu, option A, B. Kanchana Raj, Kumar, C or D. Rakshita, option D. Net gain. Net gain anta keltidare. Pavitra and Kavita, option A. Pratibha Maski from YouTube, option C. Kasturi, option A. Yeah. So, Lohit, option D. Okay. Duty option D, Pallavi option D. Samat, are you there? Yes, I am here, Samat. Where are you? So let us check the question answer. Option D, that is 8 is the right answer. Next gain anta kelidare. Glycolysis. So, okay. The enzyme that serves as the connecting link between glycolysis and Krebs cycle. Which enzyme serves as a connecting link? Phosphoenol pyruvic acid, glyceraldehyde, acetyl coenzyme A isomerase. B fast. Gurusit option B. Yes. Sangeeta, Lohit option C, Rakshita option C, Dhamini option C, Kanchana Raj, Kavita option C, Parvati and Dyuti option C. Let us check the answer. The right answer is option C, that is acetyl coenzyme A. Pick the incorrect statement regarding Krebs cycle. Cycles start with condensation of acetyl group. During the conversion of succinate coenzyme A to succinic, synthesis of molecule of GTP takes place. At a point, reduction of FAD plus to FADH2 occurs. The cycle has 3 points where reduction of NAD plus to NADH plus H plus occurs. ಯಾವುದು incorrect statement Krebs cycle ಗೆ? ಪವಿತ್ರ, ಐಶ್ವರ್ಯ ಸಿ, ಧಮಿನಿ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಡಿ, ಸಂಗೀತ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಸಿ, then Srinath Neglur option C, Pratibha Maski option C, Kumar option A, Saundarya option C, Vidya option D. Yes. Lohit option C, Dyuti option A. So let us check the answer. Two of them, Kavita and Kanchana Raj, voted for option C. So the right answer is option A. Cycle starts with condensation of acetyl group with pyruvic acid to produce citric acid. Hold on. It's the incorrect statement. It is correct actually. I will clarify it. Then, under which condition would you expect the mitochondria proton gradient to be highest and therefore ATP synthesis to proceed with? Pyruvate present, oxygen present, ATP level high iddaga. Pyruvate, oxygen present, ATP level low iddaga. Pyruvate present, ATP level high, oxygen absent iddaga. Otherwise, pyruvate is absent. Oxygen is present, ATP level low iddaga. Under which condition mitochondria proton gradient will be highest? Yes. Sinchana voted as A or D. Okay. What about others? Kanchanaraj option B, Aishwarya option A, Kumar option A, Dyuti option B, Sangeeta option D, Parvati option B. Let us check the answer. The right answer is option B. That is, pyruvate present irutte, oxygen present irutte, but ATP level should be low. In this condition, mitochondrial proton gradient ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. The cofactor required for the activity of pyruvate dehydrogenase, zinc, magnesium, manganese, copper. Just now we discussed it through a slide. Pyruvate dehydrogenase activity ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ cofactor present ಇರಬೇಕು? Mehboob option D, Madhu option A. Yes. Pratibha Maski option C. Murudappa Nayak option A. Kasturi option D. Kumar option C. Saundarya option D. Kanchana Raj option C. Dhamini option D. Okay, varied answers. The right answer is option B. Magnesium Mg2 plus anta reaction alli nodidvi alva. So magnesium 2 plus is a cofactor. Okay, next question. During glycolysis, 1 NADH is equivalent to how many number of ATP? 1 NADH andre how many number of ATP? A4, B3, C2, D1. Mehboob option A, Rakshita, Sinchana option C, Dhamini option C, Pallavi option C. Yes. What about YouTube students? Kanchana Raj option C, Parvati option C, Vidya option C. Fine. Sangeeta option C. So the right answer for this is option B, that is 3. Okay. Next, 23rd question. The gateway reaction takes place under the enzyme pyruvate dehydrogenase. Whether this statement is true or false. Gateway reaction enzyme pyruvate dehydrogen under alli kelsa madutte. Whether this statement is true or false. Okay. What about YouTube students? Sangeeta option B. False anta ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Lohit option A, Kumar option B, Kanchana Raj option B, Saundarya option A, Parvati option B, Kavita option B. Understand the question and then answer, guys. Pavitra option A, Gurusit option A. Great. The right answer is option A, that is, it is a true statement. It is true statement. Now let us proceed with the 5-star bio questions on respiration in higher plants. Be interactive, open your chat box and be fast to answer the questions. And I am repeatedly telling you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ first message ನನಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವ್ದು ನಾನು ನೋಡ್ತೀನಿ. So that answer I will read. Okay, just a minute. We will solve 5-star bio questions on this topic. Yes. Guys, days are going and laziness is growing, right? Days are going, laziness is growing, or seriousness is growing. Option A or B. Option A is seriousness. Option B is laziness. ನೀವೇ select ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು proceed agi. Okay, respiration in plants, 5-star bio. First question of today goes like this. I am opening the chat box. Be attentive, guys. The first question is, which of the following is an essential feature of respiration? It liberates energy, it provides O2, utilizes carbon dioxide, synthesize complex compounds. Yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kumar option B. Sangeeta option C, Parvati option A, Aishwarya option C, Lohit option A. So the right answer is given by Kumar ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ Parvati option A ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. Kumar option B. Kanchana Raj. Ravi, yeah. Kavita option B ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. Kumar option A. Sorry, option B. So after Kumar, Kanchana Raj option B, Dhamini. Yeah, Dhamini option A. Okay, after Kumar, Dhamini answered as option A. So that is the right answer. Congratulations, Dhamini. The next question goes like this. YouTube students, be fast. What is the RQ in anaerobic respiration? A0, B infinity, C1, D1. RQ, respiratory question test irutte anaerobic respiration alli. Yes. Who is going to answer this? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kanchana Raj, option B. Dhamani, option B. Gurusit, option B. So the first answer is given by Kanchana Raj and infinity is it is a correct answer. Winner is Kanchana Raj. Third question goes like this, guys. Fructose 1,6-diphosphate is broken down by which enzyme? Hexokinase, phosphatase, aldolase, none of these. Your time starts now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Vidya option A, Rupa option B, Madhumita option A, Kumar option B, Dyuti option A, Praveen option A, Parvati. Okay. Vidya option A, hexokinase ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. That is the right answer. Then all enzymes of the TCA cycle are located in the mitochondrial matrix except one which is located in inner mitochondrial matrix in eukaryotes and in the cytosol in prokaryotes, which is that enzyme ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Option A, isocitrate dehydrogenase. Option B, malate dehydrogenase. Option C, succinate dehydrogenase. Option D, lactate dehydrogenase. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Aishwarya option C, Kanchana Raj option C, Lohit option C. Aishwarya option C ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. First answer is given by Aishwarya and it is a correct answer. Option C, succinate dehydrogenase is the right answer. Good. So these are the questions from the famous books, guys. So do concentrate and attend all the 5-star bio question. If possible, scribble down the questions. Fine. Okay, then let us end up the session here. Are you enjoying the sessions? Do you guys have any suggestions? You can answer me through chat or through the mic. Okay. Now tell me frankly, are you all preparing well? Are you all putting your efforts to maximum level? Or simply sitting for 4 hours and doing online sessions? Yes, no. I'm not getting a correct answer. ಲೋಹಿತ್ ಎಫರ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಹಾಕಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಏನ್ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ಯಪ್ಪ ನೀನು ಎಷ್ಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ? ಯಾಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಲೆ ಕೆಡ್ಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಬರತ್ತಲ್ವಾ? Okay, don't worry. As I said, concentrate on PYQs. Sessions ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು 2 hour or 1.5 hour take rest and solve the questions. PYQs. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರು ತಪ್ಪಾಗಿದ್ರು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಿ. 10 questions you solve. 10 questions 5 minutes or 8 minutes ಅಂತ ಟೈಮರ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. So then correct yourself. Wrong ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ write down that concept. Work out this in all the subjects so that you can click it. Simply don't sit with the huge books and studying the synopsis, studying the notes. No, guys, you are wasting the time for it. Solve PYQ, solve much and more questions. Questions ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಷ್ಟು. That is why we are concentrating on questions. ನಾವು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದಲ್ವಾ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್, ನೀವು ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದಿತ್ತು. But we are concentrating only on the questions because it helps you. In 10 days, please helps tips ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾ score good ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ? Okay. Hard work matters. Shortcut is not a way for a success. Okay. Put your efforts. Effort 6 I mean, once you put your efforts, you will get the results. Okay. Don't be lazy. Enjoy the summer. Enjoy your studying. Let us end up the session here. I believe you guys. Okay. Don't be lazy. Read like crazy. Okay. Bye bye. Take care.